What up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and today I am with actor, writer, director, and nerd royalty, Kevin Smith.
I'm so old that you going, what up, nerds? I was like, we're gonna get beat up. Like, don't do that. But now I guess it's
friendly.
Yeah, and it's also currency. Like when I was coming up, being a nerd was not currency. You kept that hidden, or I wore it loud and proud, but a lot of people kept it hidden. But now, like, it's the aim. It's been crazy to watch over the course of 30 years, the culture shift to a place where all the things that don't really matter now matter. But to be fair, when I was a kid, and I'm not saying it ain't like this now, but sports were everything. And people would treat sports like it was a real job. Like you could be a professional athlete. It's like they just play a game for a living. Once I figured that out, then I realized, oh, like making stuff is just as valid. Like we also play a game for a living in my business. We make pretend, literally. There's nothing real that comes out of it except what somebody takes from that thing when you're done with it. There's a guy who came to this Comic-Con. He had a copy of Mallrats on VHS, and he was just like, can you sign this? And I was like, look at this well-worn piece of Americana. What's the story here? And he's just like, I'm gonna give that to my son. I have a son, and I wanna give that to him. I said, you're gonna give a kid Mallrats? And he said, yeah. I said, why? And he goes, when I was a kid, my father, get ready for the gut punch. He goes, when I was a kid, my father beat the shit out of me every day to the point of near unconsciousness. When he was done, I would crawl back to my room, close the door, and I'd put Mallrats in. And I would escape to the mall with like Brody and TS and Jay and Silent Bob. And that's how I survived. He's like, so I'm gonna give my son this tape so that he knows that you can survive anything in this life and shit like that. And it was Mallrats. You know, it's not even and that movie was Dogma. It was the one that is like, oh, it's just me and my friends bombing around the mall and stuff. So you never know what it is that you're making that's gonna become somebody's life preserver or somebody's buoy in a stormy sea or something. And watching us enter a period of culture where that's acceptable, where people can be okay with you tearing up at the death of Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a kid, if you would have cried at the death of Darth Vader, you would have got beat up in a movie theater. Like, what are you doing? Tony Stark gives his life for all of us, inarguably. The modern day Jesus, never mind Deadpool. And you can cry in a movie theater surrounded by a bunch of people and nobody's beating you up. Everyone's going like, I feel you, I feel you. This is a lovely time to be
a nerd. But like, I think with what you said about Mallrats, like you've always captured like a part of living, especially in America, that is really special and like feels like you're back in a time frame or back in a time period, that nostalgia that I'm a kid again, that remember what it was like to get kicked out of the mall or to sneak into a movie. Which is what the 4:30 movie is all about.
Very much so. 4:30 movie is definitely the furthest back I've ever reached to a time when life was as simple as like, we're gonna go to the multiplex, pay for one movie, and then spend the whole day going to the next movie for free and try to not get caught and stuff. A simple time that now doesn't exist. I own a movie theater, Smog Castle Cinemas in Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey. It has 5 screens. It's the movie theater from the movie. If you come and pay for one movie, you can stay the whole day. You can go see any movie you want. We won't throw you out. Just buy some popcorn and because who you ripping off? Us? No, you're ripping off Hollywood. And at the end of the day, getting people through those doors, man, it's like a mean feat these days. Like now you're competing with a lot more, you know, streaming is so wonderful and they give you anything right in your house, and TVs, home television, entertainment systems are so pure and so technological that you really don't have to go to a movie theater to see stuff anymore. The culture's shifting in as much as how people are gonna take that stuff in and whatnot. You know, since I started in movies, I love to try to stay there, release a movie in a damn movie theater and stuff. But honestly, I don't care how anybody sees it. If they watch it on TV, they watch it on a phone. I know it's available like October 1st in home video and stuff. As long as they ingest it. To be fair, and I shouldn't say this online because a bunch of people will be like, I knew you sucked at your job, now I know for a fact. I ingest most of my media on my phone. Like, and that's just not it is, I guess, technically by choice. I could wait until I'm in a better environment, but like—
You want to watch it.
Yeah, it's the immediacy. That's what streaming, that's the promise of streaming is like, you want it now?
You got it now.
How soon is now? It's the promise, the answer to the Smiths song. How soon is now? Netflix is like, now it's now. And that's a great thing, but a lot of things have to be given up because of it. Before we started shooting, we were talking about movies you can't even access. You were talking about Near Dark.
Yeah.
I was talking about The Howling. Some stuff just falls away from that streaming platform. It's a good thing to hold on to physical media for that reason alone.
I mean, I was looking for Near Dark and the Blu-rays were like hundreds of dollars.
Right.
And I was like, oh. And then I was like, do I even have a Blu-ray player? Like, if I bought it, would I even be able to watch it?
Go old school, man. Get a VHS for heaven's sake.
I should get it.
That honestly, like I'm 54. The first time I ingested Near Dark was on a VHS tape. I couldn't see it in the theater because that had a real small run. Yeah. It was talked about by all the critics and stuff. But when it first came to home video, I remember going to Video Movie House and renting that movie and watching it, like, you know, pan and scan, 133 image, not letterboxed or anything, but like Catherine Bigelow just like knocked it out the park.
I mean, that is...
It's one of the greatest vampire movies ever made, and it was one of the ones that deconstructs the genre 20 years before everyone else does that.
Thank you.
They do it in that movie.
It's like the precursor to Twilight.
Yeah,
that's
100%.
Twilight.
Well, you know. You know what? I guess like, you can say that now.
Yeah.
There was a time you couldn't say that on the internet because there were a lot of twihards. But
yeah, the pitchforks.
They're all grown up now.
I was a twihard too, but I'm just saying, like.
But you left it behind. You're like, you know what? Sparkly vampires. I like them dark and dirty and roadside bars.
Bill Paxton, that's like one of his best movies.
It's fantastic.
And the fact that he kind of like, James Cameron gave Catherine Bigelow like a little trio from Aliens.
Yes.
It's
like take these cats and run with them.
I mean,
these are my favorite toys.
You're kind of familiar with like working with the same people.
For me, it's a short, number one, there's a shorthand. If you've worked with somebody, you know, working with them a second time, you can communicate even faster. He's like, oh, do it like we did it that one time. Like, oh yeah. But it's also, you meet people you like and you get along with creatively. And you know, when you're making a flick, making a TV show, you spend a few weeks together making pretend. It's like going to camp. If you like those people, you want to make pretend with them again. You like having them around. Like not only are they useful arrow to pull out of your quiver and stuff, but they're just fun. Yeah. Like, you know, and in a world where you spend 12, 14, 16 hours a day on a set, you want to be around people that you like being around. So even when you're not accomplishing a thing, you're just like, this cat's funny as hell, man. Like Seth Rogen, you could shoot your movie, he'll do your script, and then he'll ad-lib 3 funnier scripts. And you know, so like even when you're like off camera, you're just dying, you know, and that's, I'll take that. That's part of the reason why I like making comedies, man. Getting free laughter, you know, like a lot of people pay for that shit and pay for it and sometimes don't get it. I know that because I read my Twitter and people are like, I paid for your comedy and I didn't get it. But like, think about like the aspect that, you know, many comedy clubs all over this very city below us. People will give somebody hardcore money, sit there and just be like, do it, take me to a different place altogether. So I feel the same way. Like I came from the audience and even though I make shit, I'm still a member of the audience. So laughing on set, man, it doesn't necessarily lead to the best movies. Like Affleck told me once early on, he goes, I realized what the secret of making a blockbuster is. I said, what is it? He goes, you can't have fun on the movie. He's going, we have fun on your movies, they never make money. He's going, all the movies I hated make money. He's like, the ones that were hard and I'm like, oh my God, they're the ones that make money. So kids, stay out of the business. It was not very inspiring at all.
Hey, taking this back to the 4:30 movie.
Yeah.
What was the first movie you snuck into? Can you remember?
Well, I don't know. I can tell you the first movie I snuck into, but I can tell you the movie I snuck into the most. Raiders of the Lost Ark, when it was playing theatrically, I saw 83 times.
83 times?
Paid once. And then saw 82 more times by sneaking
fall of
in.
Hollywood.
That's exactly. That's why Paramount's for sale. They're like, this kid, he would never pay us some shit.
Oh, I have to ask you because I'm technically a gaming website. We cover movies too.
Yeah.
Video gamer, yes.
In the past, I was growing up. When I started making films, I stopped playing video games because it's tough to be productive when you fall down the rabbit hole. That being said, when we were making Mallrats, we were still playing NHL 94 at that point, EA Sports. I was a massive fan of that game. I was a massive fan of a game for Sega for the Genesis called Rocky and Bolt. I love theme games. And I had one of the last gaming systems I ever bought, and one of the ones that I bought nobody else did, the one that you could play Virtua Fighter on. It's going way back. This is like 25 years ago.
Yeah, this was before I was allowed to have consoles.
Yeah.
Because my parents didn't want me playing Duke Nukem.
Wow, there's a name.
Yeah.
There was one point in my career, I've been around so long that somebody was like, would you like to direct Duke Nukem? And I was like, no, that's good. I don't do shit like that. Yeah, no. And not that I was down on it, but I was like, I made Chasing Amy.
Yeah, you want me to do Duke Nukem?
Yeah, I can see how they're adjacent. But
you can find the connection somewhere.
Somehow.
So the 4:30 movie, it's out.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want people to know about it? Or do you want to just tell people to start going to movies again?
I don't tell people what to do. Man.
Okay, fair.
Like if they don't want to go to the movies. If they do, they can come to my movie theaters, Mountcastle Cinemas in Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey. But ingest the movie any way you can, kids. You know, let me give it to them.
Give it to them.
Kids.
Tell them.
Don't be a snob about how you watch it. Like if you can watch it in the right environment, of course, by all means, if that's your first choice. But ingesting the media, that's the important part. Getting to the joy, not the location, man. It's like Thanksgiving. It's not so much about the meal, it's about the company that you keep, man. So even if you're watching it on your phone, watch movies. It's good for the soul.
Hell yeah.
But don't watch, not all movies. Don't watch snuff films. Those are movies where people die.
Yeah, we don't like those.
That'll really bring you down.